Hawaii's law enforcement community opposes the Attorney General's plan to legalize the use of marijuana. That's right. Hawaii's law enforcement community, led by Honolulu prosecutor Steve Alm, is lining up against the Attorney General's plan to legalize adult use marijuana. Although leading lawmakers gave the proposal a warm welcome, Alm says opponents now have ammunition from the experience of other states. Also said the law enforcement community was shocked when Attorney General Annie Lopez, the state's chief law enforcement officer, dropped opposition to legalization. And in quotes, and when we met with them, I told Annie, you know that she said, that train has left the station. We don't think the train has left the station, Alm said during her confirmation hearing. Attorney General Lopez promised a marijuana legalization plan with a law enforcement perspective. Lopez's special assistant on the issue, Dave Day, said that was part of the process. And in a quote, the Department of Law Enforcement, which is the state's leading law enforcement agency, worked collaboratively with the Department of the Attorney General on this bill, Day said. Despite that, along with the police and prosecutors, Alm predicts opposition from health experts, educators, and even the visitor industry because it's not broken. Alm said, now to tell me there is no impetus to changing the system. Alm said medical marijuana laws and decriminalization have already made marijuana available to almost everyone, and that research in other states is showing that super potent cannabis is causing everything from traffic deaths to mental illness. In a quote, teenagers go to the emergency room thinking they are going crazy, Alm said, because it's such a strong drug. It's a different drug entirely. Day said the Attorney General is aware of the risk, and in a quote, what we've tried to do is present a bill that tries to mitigate as many of those risks as possible, Day said. In an interview with Hawaii News Now last week, Lopez said the bill provides health oversight, education, and requirements for testing and labeling about potency, so we can assure that the right people are able to purchase it and not children and not teenagers, Lopez said. The bill also offers grants and assistance to illegal growers to entice them out of the black market, and Alm said that hasn't worked in other states, and neither will the Attorney General's promise to beef up enforcement against illegal growers. In a quote, it's total BS, Alm said. They're talking about what a dedicated team from law enforcement. Right now, they have HPD that has almost 2,000 members. And although many hoped this would be the year that marijuana would be legalized, the opposition of law enforcement combined with the overwhelming needs of the Maui County could put this issue off for another year. What do you guys think about this? Hawaii, I think they need to regenerate a lot of their land that got burnt down with some of this hemp crops and really try to regenerate their land for other crops.
Where's
he
getting all this?
What's
where's
that?
he getting all this craziness that's happening? All this fucking scare tactics that he's throwing out there.
I would guess
Get
Project
off the
Sam.
trains.
I would guess Project Sam.
Dano is upset that nobody's going to tell him to book him, Dano, if they take that off if they legalize cannabis, because the only gateway cannabis is the gateway for those assholes that mess with you and get you for something and put you in jail. There's absolutely no reason for this jerk off to be taking the stance that he is. Mm-hmm. And I thank you for bringing the story. I'm headed there next week, and I will say I do like their medical program. It was very easy for me to transfer my current medical card over there so that I will be able to get cannabis. But come on, man. Hawaii's meant to happen. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Which island are you going to?
I'm going to Oahu, the North Shore.
Okay.
Big waves right now.
I was over on the Big Island. I was very pleasantly surprised to see how easy it was to procure.
Come on, bro. It's Pakalolo, bro. It's Pakalolo, man. It grows wild out there.
Yeah, he was able to get some top-notch shit over there. You know,
it's everywhere. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. The cops don't even want to pay attention to. They got their blinders on. Oh, the children. Oh, there's all these problems on the road. You can walk around the corner and buy weed everywhere in Hawaii. All right. There aren't enough cops to police the marijuana laws. And then all the bad guys get away. And that's the disconnect they have. It's like we want law enforcement to go look for violent people, people that'll lie, cheat, steal your shit, and someone that wants to smoke some weed, why are you out there getting up their ass about anything?
Mm-hmm.
It's just ridiculous. But that's the
They're
mantra.
looking for
You
a
keep
reason
hearing
to
it. Oh,
lie.
people have been
Yeah.
driving, smoking weed. I've been smoking weed for over 50 years, and all my friends did. We all drove. Nobody got into accidents. But a whole bunch of my friends got DUIs because he's fucking drinking. You're stupid.
Yep.
This is not a
And,
new
you know,
phenomenon,
yeah.
and it's not backed up by science. It's based upon fear that lacks facts. But cops are junkyard dogs, man. They want to show up and tear everything up, but they also want a seat at the table and making policy decisions. And I'm sorry, we want their input. But if you leave
Ways.
cops to run this, everything will be made illegal.
Exactly.
Yep. You
Exactly.
can't have it both ways. How bizarre would it be if the cops were the ones selling weed?
I mean,
Hey,
in some
They were the
cases
ones
they are.
running-
In some cases they are.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
They
they were
are.
the ones running the dispensaries. How about you repurpose their jobs because they they ain't got shit else to do? You have to justify their paycheck. Now the cops are the ones running the dispensaries.
Would they
And
call
I
it?
know
bizarre
some
world.
cops that did that. They
Would
pulled their retirement money out and bought a dispensary. Retired cops.
Would they call it?
And the whole family is like, you assholes. You locked people up, and some of the people in the family that got locked up for weed got in trouble. And they're like, you guys locked people up for weed, and now you're taking advantage of it. You're fucking hypocrites. I've been trying to separate it from fighting and shit like that.
Rico, were they going to call that law enforcement equity?
Even the American way, like all these robber barons and shit, all these big corporations, they spend their entire tenure just trashing the earth, just trashing people, killing people. Then all of a sudden, they're the biggest charity. They're helping out.
Rico,
they're helping out all the people they done killed and their families too.
Rico, they're going to call that law enforcement equity when they do that.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
I'm going to bring a dormant commerce clause suit in if they get it.
If they
shove those laws up their ass too.
Right? Exactly.
I like that.
Exactly.
Call it LEE. Law enforcement equity. LEE.
Yep.
Exactly. They can start their own program. They get 10% of the licenses go to cops.
Shout out to Lee.
They have to be drug. Shout out to Lee. Golly.
Well, maybe they'll get a quick law enforcement response if someone tries to hold up their dispensary. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They may. Hey, you never know.
You see a shootout.
Oh, they got the inside. Yeah, they got the inside number to call.
Yeah, it's who you know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Not what you know.
It is.
You know.
It is.
Yeah, what happens when the cop gangs go against each other? They just take each other out.
Stand back and wait till the bullets stop flying.
My advice. I'll treat it like we do most of the problems that we're seeing today. It ain't my issue.
So
I see these Republicans fighting each other. It ain't my issue.
Oh boy.
I see that insurrection. All these white folks storming the Capitol. It ain't my issue.
So we got some results from the poll, you guys. Are you guys ready for this?
How'd that poll turn out?
All right. Well, Stone Slade, green bean casserole came in at a 7%. Just 7%. Just 7%.
Those are my people.
Those are your people. That's right.
The other 93%, not the 7.
And this I'm surprised about. The mac and cheese came in at 21%. All right. The honey ham is coming in at 29%. That's the shocker to me right there. The honey ham at 29%. And oh yeah, you guys tried to shun me in the beginning when I said it, but guess what? The stuffing came in first at 43%, you guys. Ha ha ha.
I've never been a fan. Maybe that's why I'm such a contrarian and everything else. Like the stuffing is like, I don't know, man.
Without gravy.
They should call it filling, because it's just like it's filling from keeping you off the important shit that's on the table. A good stuffing though, a good stuffing is pretty damn good.
Yeah, bro, you get the right spices in there. You get those celery chunks, bro. I'm telling you, it's just on fire.
It's just trash, dude.
It's bread right from a turkey's ass. There you go.